Hey guys, welcome back. Today I want to show you guys how to get off the grid really fast, how we did this, what you need for the bare minimum, in my eyes, for electrical grid. And I'm going to show you guys how we did it. If you look right there, this one right there, that is two separate circuits coming in from our generator. And I'm going to show you guys everything how I did this. If you look, that's a 20 amp. You can see with the little notch on the side that comes out. A lot of 20 amp circuits for air conditioners and crap like that. They have that sideways plug. So I wanted to do it to code. I wanted to put in for 20 amps. Long story short, 20 amp circuit coming in. It gets fed in from that side, and I'll go out to the generator and I'll show you guys what I'm doing. It comes in from that side and comes out to this side. I use either the top or bottom circuit because it has its own separate circuits on the generator. One circuit for charging the battery and one separate circuit for running the house when we're not using the power inverter and we're using the generator. Have all that extra amperage, all that extra use, might as well use it while we can. So you're going to get, for this battery over here that we have a gel battery. It's you do it your own self-maintained, I should say. Self-maintained batteries, so you don't have to add water, you don't have no maintenance, etc., etc. Then we have our 750 watt Black & Decker power inverter. It's not the best. I know people are going to say it's not sine and all this stuff and blah 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 blah. For right now, temporary, until we buy the bigger one, etc., etc. We'll show you guys how to get off the grid real quick. That one battery will last us 3 days. It'll drop down to between 55 and 60%. It has, I'm not sure on the stats right off the top of my head, but I do know that it has 42 or 48, something like that, 20 amp hours, as you can only use 50%, etc. If you guys want me to explain that, just tell me to do another video on the battery, and I'll do another video on the battery. It's a great battery, by the way. I bought this battery charger because it has a gel setting for it, and it tells me how many percent and everything else that we have. I haven't charged the battery in 2 days. When I fire everything up, I'll show you guys how it works and stuff like that. I'm going to probably do a review on that. I'm probably actually going to do a review on the battery itself. I digress. Getting back to my subject. If you want to have two separate circuits on your receptacle, there's this little tab right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. You take your needle nose pliers, grab a little tab. I'm not going to do it on this one because I want this one for a regular one. Save some money. Only 30 cents, I think, or whatever. This is a 15 amp. It doesn't have that little slot on the side. So, this is a 15 amp. You take this little tab, you bend it back and forth, and it pops off. Then it'll break. And you won't have continuity between this one and this one. So you can run 120 volts in here, and 120 volts in here, and have 240 volts in here, but it'll only be 20 amps, 15 amps, whatever you want, but you'll have two separate circuits. So we're backfeeding back into the house. So let me show you guys how this is done to get everything going. Oops, chair's breaking. Sorry about the mess, construction zone, etc., etc. But this is how you get off the grid. Flip this one over. Okay, and we take ends, positive, positive, negative, negative. Make sure the battery charger is unplugged. And I'm going to step outside and show you guys that. Alright, this is the generator. This is my box where I bring the power into the house. As you can see with my generator, I have two separate circuits. Right here, there's one, and there's another one, 20 amp. Reset button, 240, etc., etc. And this, I have the same, let me move this camera up so you guys can see it. I have the same thing here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set this up real fast for you guys. Should have already done this, but I didn't. I hope the wind's not breaking into it. Out here on the plains, just have back it up even more in the snow. Okay. See those? This is my 2 ends that I have. I have 2 that I made. These are female connectors. Actually, these are males, and this is males. Females have the slots, males have the prongs. Okay. So what we do is before we do any of this plugging in and stuff, I'm going to start my generator. Go over here. Oops. Helps turn it on. Nice thing. Okay. Now this is a very, very crucial step. Very crucial step. You never want to plug in your power cord here first. You never do. If you do, these, when you plug them into the house, will have 120 volts here and 120 volts here. Touch the things together or on your hand, you're done. So plug in this one first, or I'm sorry, plug these ones in first, right there, and after you plug these in, these will still be not hot, they'll be dead. Then you plug them into the power inverter, or the generator. Not hot. They are not hot. Okay? Now I have power coming out of the generator, back feeding into the house. I'll show you inside. Alright, now that you see that the generator is going, we have power coming in from this one, going up this wire, going down and feeding into this one. That cord is supplying all the battery in the house, or not the battery, the power in the house right now. TV, computers, everything else that was running off the power inverter that we had is now running off the generator itself. I want to make a thing that I forgot to tell you about on the first video, or first edit, or whatever you want to call it. This little tab, when you break it off, you have to do both sides. If you don't do both sides, you're going to have a 120 here, 120 here, but here it's going to be 240. It's going to bust everything, and it won't be good. So make sure you knock this one off. Make sure you knock this one off to get your 2 separate circuits, or else you won't. Okay, but positive, let's see, positive, negative is hooked up, battery charger is not hooked up. Well, it's hooked up, but it's not on yet. Go over here, plug it in. Now it tells me, and move this for you guys, 12.6 volts. I move it to my gel setting, and I move it. Okay, 2 days, it's gone down 15% of charging. I switch it to large battery, then it'll start charging, and for every 10% it takes about an hour. So I have about an hour and a half of charging. My generator use last month alone was less than 20 bucks to run, and I used it. The only time I disconnect it from the power inverter and from the battery is when at night time when we go to sleep. We just listen to the battery powered radio and we bought these clicky lights from Walmart, 4 for $1. Walmart, yeah. So it's a damn good battery and stuff, but that's how we power up the house. So I'm charging the battery. I'm charging the battery right now from my battery charger. My power comes in through here, back feeds up, goes through the wall, comes back down, and feeds into here. Battery charger is the black one. The power to the regular house where the power strip is and everything. What I need to use it for, because we don't use very much. We have an LED light bulbs in our house. We have LED TV, and we have 2 laptop computers that we use. We have a total of 8 light bulbs that we use, LED. They only give off 10.4 watts. I'll do a review on those too, and everything else. So if you guys want to get off the grid, there's no reason why you don't have to. Of course, if you do want to use a microwave, you can't use it on this power inverter. You have to wait until the generator comes up and use it on the generator. It'll pop that power inverter. But until we get a bigger one, we don't use a microwave, you don't use a toaster, you don't use a coffee pot. Everything else you can use. We're going to go with electric fridge with on the bottom is a freezer and up on top is a regular refrigerator. That uses 59 watts an hour. It'll keep us under that peak. So the more you figure out what you guys need versus your wants, that's the way to do this. Your needs versus your wants. You guys can do it. Very, very cheap. Very, very economical. The upfront costs are a little high, but if you do it nice and slow like this, 500 bucks will get you going. 600 bucks will get you going. And then cut your power consumption. We paid 20-25 bucks last month for gas for our generator. We haven't hooked up the solar panels. We haven't hooked up the windmills yet. Once we get all those up, that price will go down even farther. My intention is to build a gasifier for my generator. If times get tough and everything else, I can always get my gas through a gasifier. So more videos to come on that. But have any questions or any comments, please leave them below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and do so. Thanks for watching, guys.